Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett and we've got Trev trying to get in the house actually because it's actually raining right now. So I'm going to be as quick as I can. This is all about driving, and at the end of this we've got a little something special for you. Something that's quite intrigued me actually over the last few months that I wanted to do. Haven't got around to doing it. Now I'm going to do it. So first of all I'm going to give you some tips for some good driving. Just going to get set up and I'll see you in a bit. You can bookend a hole very well, so if you can drive the ball well and have something around the greens that's quite tidy, you're not going to go far wrong. In between can be a little bit hit and miss, because why I say that is off the tee, whatever we use, even if it's a 3-wood, but let's say a driver in this case, it's kind of the same height every time. And obviously this is stating the obvious, but when we play a hole, there's obviously going to be different lies, different terrains, different shots. But with a driver, we're kind of staying put as we are all the time. Same tee height and the same stance and the same level ground as well, hopefully. So I'm going to give you a few little hints and tips about how to drive the ball well and what I can see some kind of poor habits that people get into for driving. So let me get on. And just like I said before, I'm going to do something at the end of the video that's hopefully really quite intriguing for me. So I just want to see something quite fun as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start whacking a couple of drivers and show you. So I haven't really hit a driver into this net before. So let's give it a go. I'm not going to go full out. Okay, we've got the flight scope up and running, as you can see. Now my speed has probably gone down, 20 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles an hour from when I was playing. That's that club head speed. My word. Okay, so I would say that's probably about a 60% swing. Okay, let's go for it again. Right, that was inside and flippy. Pretty straight. I'll just leave the ball there. I've definitely lost some kind of zip down there, but it's not too bad. 250 carry. Okay, I'm going to hit one more. I'm going to tell you some kind of what I think some good tips to take and feels to take onto the golf course. Okay, one more driver. I'm going to wind this up a little bit more and go for it. Oh, that's a bit toey again. Okay, pretty straight. You can see I'm starting to warm up a bit. 266 carry. Club head speed and ball speed are important things as well. Yeah, not too bad. 105, pretty average for a 50-plus-year-old. Right, so the first thing that I see that people go wrong with driving is public enemy number one is steepness, because I said it in previous videos, you've got I've got a 9.5 driver here. Any sort of descending blow which you need for a wedge or an iron is not going to work. You're going to turn it into a 3-degree driver. So what you're looking for an upward strike if you can. Now, things to help that. So what we're going to do, we're going to place the ball more on the inside of our heel and have a wider stance than normal. If I have a narrow stance, you can see the ball's now more centre and my head is now in line with the ball. That's not what we want for a driver. That's not what we want. If I just keep my left foot there and push and get my right foot back, you can see all of a sudden, if I plumb bob my nose, you can see how much further back my head is. And that's really important for driving, because remember, for driving, you don't want your head leaning into the ball here. You want to try and keep it back. That's going to give the club the best chance to come from the inside and hit slightly up as well. You don't want to be hitting down and creating spin and de-lofting the club. So off your left side, you're just inside my heel, and keep your head naturally behind it. Don't get forward on it like that. And then naturally you should have a little bit of right to right shoulder down. So that's stance really. And I would say I've got a little bit of weight on my right leg, only a little. You can be 50-50 really, but I would just say just sit it. The more you get your right foot back, the more you can get some weight on your right foot. But I'd say 50-50, 60-40. Right, let's go for it. So I'm going to wind up. So I'm really going to wind my trunk, because I haven't got the flexibility as much as I used to. I'm really going to get my torso rotating here. I don't want my right leg to straighten, but I'm really going to keep my head as still as possible, and you're going to be looking for this type of look at the top of your backswing. What you don't want is to start off with a tilt, and it's called a reverse tilt. and then from there you're going to reverse the other way. what you want to try and do, because you're sitting your head behind the ball, if you just coil, now all of a sudden my hips are moving, so my right pocket's going behind me slightly, and that's going to allow me to have some natural spine tilt. One of the most important areas for golf. You don't want your spine tilted that way. Right, let's give it a go. Let me show you what a little bit of stance is. Sit a little bit under it, head nice and still, coil and spine tilt. Oh, I've got the old slaps today. Woo. Right, that's what I thought the other one was going to do. Okay, so that's on my bad day, you see. I have that kind of over-release draw. Ugh. Now from the transition, if you're coiling nicely, some of your belly button, torso, you're really sitting into that back pocket, you're keeping your head behind all the time. You can allow this to kick and move a little bit, so you can gradually get some weight moving over to your left side, but keep your head behind the ball. So impact, you've got this kind of reverse C. You can see my ankle, right ankle, knee, hip, and back and right shoulder. It's got that reverse C look. All the top professionals, everyone who's good at driving has got that look here. But more importantly, my head is now behind the ball. It does not go towards the ball and forward towards the target. So let me show you that. Little blend, remember. Good stance, nice and wide, 50-50, 60-40. And then we're going to coil and keep my head behind the ball and let it all go. I neck that a little bit, it's probably going to be a bit fadey. Oh, not too bad. Definitely didn't hit that right. It's all about juggling. Juggle all these moving parts, but some parts stay still to allow others to move. Because remember, at the top of the backswing, if I started leaning with my head towards the target, now that's going to stop me from moving because I'm stuck and steep. Very, very bad for driving. So this is a juggle, remember? So on the range, you can kind of only think of one thing, then maybe add another thing, and then the final thing. So it's not easy to think about all these parts moving, but at a range, that's why you do it. That's why you practice, to blend all these feelings together. The final thought is, so we're coiling, keeping your head still, allowing everything to fall down, which it should, and allowing your arms and hands and club to swing past you. You can see I'm not influencing it too much with my body. I'm allowing my arms and club to swing past me. There's the hitting on the up. You can see from behind, I'm still way behind the ball here, and allowing this club to swing past me. Another little saying you might have heard is waiting for it. Bang. Allowing it to swing it through. No holding on, everyone. No holding on. It's like a slingshot from about here, because your head's here and your arms are dropped. Just slingshot the ball past you. Right, let me try not to take Trev's head off. Trev, out of the way. Good boy. Come on. Trying to blend all those three. Good posture. Looks pretty good. I can feel my head behind it. A little bit sunk under me on the right side. Right, coil, head back and let it go. See if I can get one out of the middle. I felt probably the best one. Not sure if it picked it up. Okay, that wasn't great timing. All right, I'm just going to get the tees. Let's go back to that feeling. So coil, keeping my head there, transition, allowing the club and arms to swing past me, slingshot and let it go. Try and hit my most, there we go. All right, Trev's out of the way. Coil, head, oh, I got hold of it. Oh, it picked it. There we go, I'm starting to ramp it up now. Didn't show me the club head speed, but 273 carry. That was better. So a lot of practice swings, you don't actually have to hit a ball, and being able to do a load of practice swings will be a nice bridge between hitting at the range and the golf course, because the more you can show your brain and your muscles, the movements, the better chance it is for you to take to the course, because as we know, it's a 1 second, 2 second feeling, but the more you can break this feeling down and not slow down, but just give yourself an awareness time. So you can see now, practicing a coil, you can stop to make sure you're there, and you're keeping your head behind. Keeping your head behind will allow this club to drop. And from there, you have to let it pass you. You have to let it. If I had an arrow sticking out of my nose, I'm allowing this club to swing past me. There's no movement like this. So we don't want to peak to where it's gone. We want to try and let it go and trust the club's going to do the work. Yeah, so that's a few kind of little tips about how to drive the ball well, and I've said this in previous videos as well. These are the main feelings of driving, and there's smaller ones as well, about how taking the club nice and low away, nice and smooth. All those little extras as well is very important, but I can't give you too many. 3 is too many, but if you can blend those up in kind of start smooth, start slower and work yourself up like I did just then you've got a chance to blend it. Right, so now for something a little bit different, as they say. Yeah, it's a little experiment, and I'm intrigued about this because we all know about technology, and let's see how far technology has come over the last 30 years. Now, we're moving house very soon. You're probably seeing this video maybe the day or two before we're moving house. And in that move, we've been up in a loft, and there's been some very old golf balls I've had. And I want to see the difference between if I hit a Pro V, which is my normal ball at the moment, so it's a brand new 2023 Pro V, compared to a, I'm not sure when this was, it's got to be in the 90s, mid to late 90s maybe, a Titleist Tour Balata 100 compression. Brand new, still in the box. So I used to play with these. I really wanted to find, because I knew I had a Dunlop 65 as well, you know, the old small ball in the wrapper. I'm sure I had one of those, but I couldn't find it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit 3 of these in the packet, never been opened. So this is probably 30 years, 25 years. Wow, when you actually get hold of them, they just feel like soap. They feel like imperial leather. I've kind of warmed up a little bit now, so it can have a fair reflection. So I'm going to hit, what should we do? Hit 3 shots with the Pro V, just to gain an average. So I'm going to go kind of full out, and I'll rank it kind of. That felt like a 7 out of 10 feeling. You can see it was only 260 carry, 111 club head speed, ball speed's 158. What I'll do, I'll put it in a little chart as we go. Second ball, hitting out the toe today for some reason. Right, I really got through that a bit better. I'm like an oil tanker at the moment, I can't turn. Whoa, 270, blimey. Okay. Come on, you've got to do it for the Pro Vs. Right, I gave that a little bit extra. Pretty straight. Right, 273, so we've got 2. Probably averaging, I'll put an average down. Right, so we've got a Balata now. But all I remember with a Balata is if you didn't hit it right, it would split. So if you thinned it slightly, you'd put a split in it. Oh, it definitely sounded different. What does everyone reckon is going to happen? Wow, look at that. Same ball speed, pretty much the same carry. Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Let's go for it. I hit that right out the middle. Okay. 254. Right, it's coming over a bit dark again, so I've got to get moving here. We've lost 20 yards. Oh, I hit that right out the middle again. Oh yeah. 258. So there is, I think there is a drop off. Just a quick 7. I hit 179 with a Pro V and 1 with a Tour Balata 100. Okay, Pro V first. Get that a bit toey, it's probably high. Yeah. I would say normally my 7 iron's about 167 to 170, so I'll say that's about right because I didn't hit it very well. Okay, so let's see what 30 years technology would do for a 7 iron. A little bit of a drop off for a driver. Let's see what happens with a 7 iron. What if there's a spin increase and a distance increase? That felt about the same as the previous actually, to be fair. And there you go. How weird's that? So I wonder why that is, because it's kind of gone the same distance. Should we try one more? Let's try one more. I think I've got an answer to that. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, it's kind of my normal thin. So 65, 5-2 spin. Okay, promise you this will be the last one. Oh, hit that good. Bit blocky. Yeah, 160 down, hit that pretty good. Spins a little bit up, but not overly bad. So it just shows you, doesn't it, that technology, although 30 years ago, and obviously a top of the range ball back then, has obviously an effect. But I think because it maybe wasn't that much of a drop off with an iron, because I think the compression, the softness of the ball will kind of spring off a little bit. Definite drop off, wasn't there, with a driver? But anyway, so going back to the original video at the start, just think about and blend those kind of feelings together. And remember, a golf swing is all about trying to blend all these feelings. So start off nice and small, start off nice and smooth at the range. Don't gun for the biggest 100% because you won't be able to blend it all. But remember, we're driving. You want to stay behind the ball and you want this club to release past you, and that's going to give you a bit more of a ascending blow instead of a descending blow. Okay everyone, so looks like I got away with it. I'm not going to say it's blue sky, but anyway, I'm definitely dressed colourful today, that's for certain. So have a great golfing week everyone, and I'll see you then. Cheerio.